Hi and welcome everybody, it's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk. I wanted to come on and just show you how to make a little bag. I have done this before in a live, but I thought it'd be nice to have a tutorial dedicated to, making a bag using your Stampin' Up trimmer, or if you've got a scoreboard you can use that, but your trimmer is kind of just as good at being able to do this. And I was looking at the little junk journals that I'd made and thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to make a bag to kind of fit it? And so the bag that I had already done, I can see is a little bit too, not wide enough, basically. And this is a really adaptable pattern. I wanted to kind of like explain how it works. So in the UK, our cardstock measures 21 centimetres by 29.7 centimeters. It's a bit of a tricky number, that one. And so I've kind of figured a way out to make different bags using that measurement. So my idea was to grab myself a piece of designer series paper, stamped designer series paper, as in something that I'd stamped myself, to show you how quick and easy it is to make an alternatively shaped bag. But then I realised that you guys in the States, your cardstock is even shorter than ours and wouldn't probably be wide enough. So in the States, your cardstock is 11 inches wide, so it's up to this point here, and that little extra bit kind of makes all the difference, because that's the bit that we tend to use for gluing. So yeah, I thought I'd come on and do the extra bit. So let's get started. So the original box is 10 inches broad across there, and sorry, not 10 inches, 10 centimeters, and 4 inches at the gusset. So I wanted to make one that is 12 centimeters wide so that I can fit this in, because this is just under 12 centimeters. So as long as the measurement across here and across here comes to 14 centimeters, we're okay. So I know it's going to work. So I'm going to score at 12 centimeters. So for you guys in the States, that's about 4 3/4 inches. But I advise that you do this with 12 by 12. Don't try and do it with your cardstock, because it won't work. Then score at 14. So that would be 5.5 inches. Then 14 plus 12 would be 26. So score 26 centimeters. And for you in the States, that would be 10.25. And then score 11. So this is where, you definitely need to have the 12-inch width. The only other option I can think of is that you actually just create a slip of folded paper so that you can attach it all together. Okay, and then I'm just going to score at just under 2 centimeters just to create the section, the bottom of the box there. And I think I'm just going to use the whole length of this for now and see what it looks like. So hi and welcome those of you who are watching on the live. And then basically fold on all the different sides. So this was some stamped paper. I think I did for a Masculine Monday. I quite like it, actually. I make these things and I put them in a kind of box and keep them for when I need them. Hi Vicky, Janine, Cindy, Nessa. Oh yeah. Did I share that out properly? I don't know if I shared that out. Yes, I did. Oh, there we go. I wasn't sure I shared it out properly. Oh, maybe I haven't. Have I put it on Artful Stampin Space? I'll just share it. Sorry, I've just realised I'm not sure I shared it out. Right, post. So then when it comes to assembling, you need to cut off this little corner at the bottom here. Okay, you don't need that. This is your gluing flap. And then you need to fold over all the kind of sections and then cut up to the score line. And make sure you do actually cut up to the score line, not before it. Because otherwise it turns out a bit funny. Okay. So when it comes to assembling, it's pretty easy. You can either use your tape or you can use your wet glue. It's up to you. And just fold that over. So this is basically a thin gift bag. That's what I'm creating, thin gift bag. Because sometimes you may want to gift something like a notebook, you know, or a bar of chocolate or something like that. And so you don't need the gusset to be so big. So just poke the two ends in and fold the side you don't want to show in first. I quite like the look of that bit of a dragonfly on there. So, and then pop your glue on, and then just make sure it's all square. So just hold it and eyeball it and make sure it's working. And then just give that a gentle rub to make sure it's all together. And then you may want to stick your ruler. Sorry, my camera's slightly in the way. You may want to stick that down there. Of course, Martina, please do. Okay, so I just want to check this fits in. So I'm going to just tie my journal up. I just thought it would be a nice way to gift it, so that it's got its own little case. Yay! So, oh, that fit. Actually, the size of that is just perfect. I have about, oh, what's that, 4 centimeters at the top there. So that just is enough to hold that down. There we go. And enough to pop something over the top. Now, I did have a spare doily on my desk, and I thought actually it's quite nice to pop a doily like that over the top, and then maybe pop a tag like that. So that's that. So if I do that in for you guys using 12 by 12 paper, is this the one that's been recorded? No, I'm live, Ivy. It's just being recorded on YouTube. Okay, so I have got a piece of 12 by 12 paper here, and I want to figure out what I would do if I was trying to make this out of 12 by 12. So basically I need to take off a bit for the take off a little bit for the gluing area. So if I take off 1/2 inch, that leaves me 11.5 inches to play with. So this is the way I do my calculations. So basically divide 11.5 by 2. So that leaves us 5.3 3/4 inches to play with. So that's the half I have to play with. And then I need to divide that into 2 measurements, the 5 3/4. So let's have a measure of this. So if I take that to 5 inches, so if I divide that into 5 inches and a 3/4 inches measurement, then that should give me my gusset. So let's open this up. Now I'm wondering, I think I'll just use the whole piece of paper because I can always fold over the top flap just to make it look a bit interesting and have that nice bit up there. So I'm going to score at 5 inches, then 5 3/4. So this is where I need to do my maths. So 5 3/4 plus 5 is 10 3/4. I think that's right, isn't it? Yay! So when you're doing maths on the fly, it can get a little bit daunting. And then score at 11.5 inches. Okay, so I'll pop that down on the side here, and I'll try and write that in the description. So score at 5 inches, then 5 3/4, then 10 3/4, and then at 11.5. Okay, and then to get the base, I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch. Oh, I should have scored it the other side, never mind. Anyway, it doesn't really matter which side you do it. So then if you burnish all your edges, I'll try and do that really quickly. Just so it just helps so that when you're doing your cutting at the bottom, you can kind of see what you're doing a bit better if you've already folded everything over. Also means you've just done it and you won't forget to do it. But it does help in the formation of the box. So then snip off the corner that is where you're going to be putting the glue. You don't need that section there. And then do the same again where you fold over, cut up to the corner mark there. And then again, oh, now this is where I wanted to look at folding over a section just to give a little bit of interest, and also it gives a bit of reinforcement if you want to perhaps put a handle on it or something. So let's just double check. Yes, that fits in, no problem. And so if we want to do a little bit of a border there, let's I don't know, give it about that much. I'm eyeballing it. It's about 4 centimeters. It's about 1.5 inches. I'm going to fold that over and just burnish that a little bit more because I'm asking the paper to do something different. So sometimes you need to help tell the paper what you want it to do to make sure it does do it properly. And this is where the bone folder comes in handy because paper can't argue with bone folders. There we go. Right, so just going to apply some glue now. She says down the side there. Just going to move that bit of glue over. Actually, I might put a little bit of glue just under there, just to help that sit nicely. And then fold that over to meet it. And again, might just pop a little bit of glue under there. And I'm going to wipe my fingers because I've got glue everywhere. Oh, wow. Well done, Ivy. Sounds like your body coped well on it. Who remembers this paper? This is really old paper. It's going back away, but it's so pretty. Right, and then stick it together. Oh, I'm right near the camera for this. Pop these two in. That one over, and then put a layer of glue just along there. And fold it over. And again, just make sure it's kind of square. Hi, darling. And if you need to, put your roller in and just give that a little bit of a press to make sure the glue's all stuck nicely. So then let's just double check when my junk journal go in. Yes. So for you guys in America, or using Imperial, I suggest you use a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. Don't try not to use your letter, it just won't work. And then, yeah, they've got the lovely band, which is a nice contrast actually to that there. And if you wanted to punch holes in there, you could do, and have that as your, you know, as your gift wrap. You wouldn't need to, you know, do much else to that. So there we go. So there you have it, guys. An alternative to this one that I did. And then that's just the same, similar measurements, but just a slight tweak to make it a bit wider, but less gusset there. All right. So I'll put the measurements for that on in the description, so that if you want to follow along, I'll put the two measurements, the one for the A4 and the one for the 12 by 12. So thank you for your company again. Please do hop over and go and watch Esther at Stampin' Star Creations. If you don't know who she is, she's my sister, and she's also my downline, and she's going to be going live now, and I think Wendy may be going live later as well. So oh, she's actually live now, so I'll pop the link in the description, and you can hop over if you want to carry on your chat over there. You can go and do that now. Oh, that's a lovely thing of your demo to do, Cheryl. How lovely. Well, with that kind of order, I think that's well deserved. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and I hope that was useful for your gift box making. Useful for Christmas, actually. So there we go. Take care for now.